Hi everyone, Radhe Radhe. In this video we're going to be doing chapter 13 verse 15, text 15. I'm still not sure whether to call it text or verse. I think people use that interchangeably. Bhagwan Sri Krishna is continuing to talk about Brahman. As far as I understand, it's a little bit confusing to me because of the commentaries of Prabhupada, because he talks about in this commentary also that he's personal versus impersonal, but I think he's talking about impersonal, so it's a little bit confusing. So, anyways, let's sing our prayers and then sing the verse together. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Dear Radha and Krishna, please help us understand this verse to as much depth as we possibly can so that it helps us bring us closer to you, so that it increases our attachment towards you, so that it increases our love, it increases our motivation. Please help us think about you, because it is only by your grace that we can even remember you, and please help us never forget you. Please help us never lose connection with you, even for a moment during the day. Please give us this benediction. Okay, so let us sing the verse together. Let me turn on the screen. Sarvendriya gunabhasam Sarvendriya vivarjitam Asaktam sarvavrichaiva Nirgunam gunabhoktracha. The super soul is the original source of all senses, yet he is without senses. So in the previous verse, he said that my senses are everywhere. Now he's saying he's without senses. He's unattached, although he's the maintainer of all living beings. He transcends the modes of nature. At the same time, he's the master of all the modes of material nature. So this is very nice, very clear. He transcends the mode of nature, and he's the master of all modes of nature. He's unattached, although he's maintainer of all living beings. That's also nice. This part is the confusing part. The super soul is the original source, and yet he is without senses. So he lives in the heart. That's the Paramatma, and he knows everything, but nobody knows him. He has no legs, but he has spiritual legs. So now he's talking about he has eyes, legs, everything else. He's talking about the previous verse, because that's where he said he has unlimited eyes, legs, everything else. But they're not contaminated. But here he's saying he doesn't have. So I'm just totally confused. So the Swami Mukundanand one is a little bit clearer. So he says, having stated that God's senses are everywhere, now he states the exact opposite, that he does not possess. So if we understand this through mundane logic, we'll find it contradictory. But mundane logic does not apply to him. This is achintya, which is confusing. Achintya means we cannot understand with our thing. We have very, very limited intellect, very limited senses, very limited intellect. How can we possibly understand? Like, can an ant possibly understand the geography of the moon, like of the planets, the city, let alone the house, let alone all of those big things? Like, can an ant understand that? No, right? And an ant simply does not have that intellect to understand that. Okay. So we cannot understand that. Sure. I mean, I don't understand that because I cannot understand that. That's perfect. I like that very much. I don't have to worry about any of that. Okay. So he is the sustainer. Okay, so let's see if this. He possesses divine senses that are everywhere in all places. He does not possess, yet he grasps, walks, sees. Okay, whatever, I don't understand. Brahma manipulates the laws of material nature also. Okay, so it's just explaining that, he is detached, but he owns everything, he maintains everything. But yeah, so what we can do, okay, what we can do is say, Bhagwan Shri Krishna, you are my maintainer. We can say, I I am completely trusting, knowing that you are my maintainer. I want you to maintain me. I want you to remove all this fear that's inside me that's causing me to do all of these. I want you to remove all of my anarthas. Please, I humbly request you to remove all of my anarthas, to remove all of my fears, to remove all of my bhaya, so that I can be in total love, because love and fear are two opposite things, and we want to be able to love, and which means we need the fear to be removed, we need the anarthas to be removed, which stem from fear. So please, Bhagavan Shri Krishna, help us remove all of our anarthas, so that we can really love you, and so that we can do your will rather than doing our will, our own will. We can be an empty vessel, which all of the bad stuff is all gone and we're empty, all of our desires are all gone, and you can just fill us with whatever you want us to have and do. That's like total surrender. So we can pray to get to that place. We can have that intention, that desire, and we can pray, Bhagwan, please help us get to that place, so that we can actually be in our natural state of natural joy, natural love, and natural connection with you. Which, yeah, which is why we're here in the first place, because we feel it. Somewhere we feel it. It's scary to give up all of our desires, and to have no fears, and to just do whatever he wants and be like, but what about what? I want that ice cream. What about my ice cream? So it's scary to say, okay, I'm going to give up all of that desire for ice cream. You tell me what to do. But the joy that we're feeling, the reason we're here is because we believe that the joy that we will feel in loving Krishna and just giving what he wants, giving him what he wants, rather than trying to get that ice cream for ourselves, we will be a lot more joyous and happy with that. That's why we're here. So yeah, scary. It's like, but then what will be left of me? A lot will be left of me. What will be left of me will be love. This insanely beautiful feeling of love. Yeah, it's scary. Okay, that's it for this video. We'll do chapter 13, verse 16 in the next video. Wish you a day filled with lots and lots and lots of spiritual growth in Krishna's grace. Radhe Radhe.